So my goal here today is to really provide you with some context to what is actually happening in the South Texas border.
The chief of the Rio Grande Valley Border Patrol sector addressing the zero tolerance policy on immigration today. Channel 5's Cecilia Gutierrez learned more about the next step for separated families.
U.S. Border Patrol allowed members of the media to visit a facility that holds families arrested while crossing the border.
I think everybody is aware that the Attorney General signed the executive order, or the order, on April 6th.
This is in response to criticism over the zero tolerance policy and the separation of families. Rio Grande Valley Border Patrol Chief Manuel Padilla Jr. says, as of this fiscal year, immigration-related prosecutions totaled 11,220.
Out of those 11,200, 8,900 have been for entry without inspection.
600 of those are under the Zero Tolerance Initiative.
Out of those 600 zero tolerance prosecutions, 1,174 children have been temporarily separated as the adult goes through the judicial process.
Padilla says once the children are temporarily separated, a process is in place to reunite them with their parents. That happens after the mom and/or dad go through the judicial process.
You will be handed a sheet that is given to the parents, explained to the parents what is happening in that process.
The process to reunite with their children takes around 4 steps. Step 1 and 2 tell the parent they are in the custody of the Department of Homeland Security and will be presented before a judge.
That child is temporarily separated from them as they go through a judicial process, and that is no different from a United States citizen parent.
Step 3 tells a parent how they can locate their child. The parent can either call Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the Office of Refugee Settlement Hotline, or email. It's then that the separate agencies such as the ORR and ICE work together to keep track of the children.
As far as the reunification between child or children with their parent, once they leave this facility here, that is a function that belongs to Human Health Services and ICE enforcement and removal operations. So it's a very, very closely coordinated effort.
Step 4 specifies the court hearing and transfer to ICE custody. They will work with the ORR to schedule regular communication with the children until the prosecution stage is over.
Prosecuted for violating a law, and that U.S. citizen parent is accompanied by children, they are separated from those children as they go through a judicial process.
Each case is unique, and the process to reunite a family can be a long one. If the child has a family member in the United States, a quick unification can take 1 or 2 days.
When there is no family reunification for 3 days, 4 days, it may take longer than that. So there's not a set standard of how long a child is going to remain with Human and Health Services.
He says once the child leaves the holding center, it's out of Border Patrol's hands.
ICE, Immigration Customs Immigration Customs Enforcement, their Office of Enforcement Removal Operations, those are the ones that are responsible to be removing and transporting people out of this location.
Chief Padilla says in the Rio Grande Valley, they have not separated a child under the age of 4 from a parent.
I can tell you that RGV, nobody under 4 has been separated under zero tolerance absent any exigent circumstance.
Agents also try to keep siblings together. He says so far, 463 children were reunited at the Central Processing Center. In McAllen, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News, this weekend.